as we sort of build during this show and the result of the Attorney General and Department of Justice report, we've talked to cops, we've talked to victims. I wanted to take a look at the future, a little hope. How do we deal with young people? Meet my next guest. He's the author of the book, The Stop, Improving Police and Community Relations. I have it in hand. He's working to combat violence and police distrust in our Chicago youth. He's Dwayne Bryant. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I appreciate this. Took a look at this book. There's also a workbook that goes with it. So it seems to me, from having looked at this tool, your belief in looking to the future, DOJ report aside, the remedy starts at home.
Absolutely. I think that is a huge solution. I think that what's going on with police has to also start in the community as well as in home.
You think you need a book for police? And I don't mean to be facetious with that, but I mean, you know, here you are, you're telling young people what to do when a cop stops them, and this is what you're talking about. Do you need a companion piece?
Sure. Well, the neat thing about The Stop is it's not just for kids. It's not just telling the community this is what you need to do, but it's also addressing law enforcement as well. This is what you need to do, because the whole premise is we must create mutual respect, shared responsibility, and accountability. So as a citizen, I can do everything right, but if this officer is racist, if they dehumanize me, it doesn't matter what I do right, because I can still lose my life. So it's also challenging the police officers to make sure that they're properly trained, de-escalation techniques, but it gives incredible tools for parents as well as children.
When I was reading about you, and tell me, correct me if I've got this wrong, because I think it was your own kid who had done this, but you were asking the question about what do I do, what should you do if a cop stops you? Sure. And I believe, was it your son said, I run, or I want to run.
Right. I was doing a workshop at Drake Elementary School on the south side of Chicago, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and I asked them, if you're on the playground playing, minding your own business, doing nothing wrong, if a police car just drove over, what would you do? And they said, run. The big boy said, I wouldn't run, but they disrespect me, I'll disrespect them. And I said, that's not trouble. Absolutely. Absolute trouble.
So what do you tell young people?
Sure.
I mean, let's find out a little bit, in case there's parents watching now that's going, all right, well, I don't have the book yet. What do I tell my kids? What do they do?
The first thing is respect. Well, even before respect, we don't run. When you run, it makes you look guilty, even if you did not do anything. So the second thing is respect. Even if this police officer is disrespectful to you, I still say you must be respectful, because you respect the badge, you respect the authority. Allow your parents the power to advocate for you if something goes wrong. They can't advocate for you if you get locked up. They can't advocate for you if you get shot. So therefore, you need to be respectful. You need to be mindful. And I also tell parents, have proactive, engaging conversation with their children. Not just parents, but with teachers as well. So if you are proactively having these conversations, then when the event occurs, then it's more like a smooth transition. I've had parents tell me they don't know how to have these conversations with their children. That's why we developed the workbook.
You know, and with the use of cell phones and videotape now, and I know you've seen that recent incident where, you know, where the person was stopped, and yes, officer, and whatever, and he was shot.
Right.
The cop just whatever, but he shot him.
Correct.
That's got to be scary. So once again, if I'm a young person, I'm a teenager, I'm a young adult, I'm getting stopped, do I look him in the eye? Do I tell, I'm serious.
Well,
do I look
that's a great
away?
question. What I tell everyone is the stop will dramatically improve your probability that you get home safely. It won't give you a 100% guarantee, because it depends on you and the police officer. We have a stop challenge in the book that's for police as well as community that will give you a 100% guarantee of getting home. But yeah, I would look you in the eye, because even though you're a police officer, I am a proud, confident person. So therefore, just like having a conversation. If this person is like that officer who is a racist, who dehumanized you, it may not end well, but there are some proactive things you can do with your body language, with your tone, with your gestures, with the way you respond, that can help your probabilities.
What if, you know, one incident, somebody was shot, they were going to their glove compartment, I believe they were going to get their ID, but the cop thought he was going to get a gun.
Sure.
So what is your advice for people if they're stopped? Should it just be permission? You want my license? Officer, my license is in my wallet, it's in my pocket, I need to grab for it. Should they simply request permission and do a narrative of everything they're going to do?
Listen, in my book, I say you got to narrate. Because here's the deal. The report just showed you that black and brown are excessively overuse of force. So these are what the facts are. Let's not worry about what I think I feel like and I don't feel like I'm going to, you know, do this. No, the facts say if you're black and you're brown, your probability is higher that you will get killed or excessive use of force. So therefore, let's mitigate those circumstances. I say 10 and 2, hands on the wheel. Officer, my wallet is in the glove compartment. Do I have permission to go get it? Now, some people say this is crazy. No, listen, it's about me going home. Forget the ego, forget the pride. Let me go home. If this officer didn't do his job job properly, I get your name and your badge, I make reports, I get an attorney like the one that just left here who's super powerful, and then we litigate that way. But let's get home intelligently first.
And even if the wallet, even if the driver's license is in my wallet and it's in my jacket pocket, you still better ask for permission.
Narrate. In the book, I have 7 real-life encounters that I've had with law enforcement, and these are the things that I did. I narrated. The officer said, well, give me your wallet. I said, officer, he said, get it. I said, no, I want to ask you first, do I have permission to get it so that we don't have anything crazy?
Dwayne, I want to ask you this. So this book is incredibly useful in the how-to, in the procedures,
Correct.
in the what to do.
Correct.
How do you change minds? How do you change mindset?
Well, I think you change mindsets by intelligent conversation, by dialogue, by having proactive conversations. Unfortunately, a lot of young people are afraid of the police because of what they hear in the home or what they see on television. Parents have a responsibility to help to mitigate this fear. Teachers have a responsibility, and if it's not being taught at the home and it's not being taught in the school, it's not being taught.
Dwayne Bryant, the book is The Stop, Improving Police and Community Relations. It's got a workbook for parents, for kids to work on. You're doing great stuff in the community, so critical.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your time.
Appreciate your time.
We're going to take our final break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.